Hi, my name is Victoria, and in my testimony, we're going to get to see how even before I was born, God already had a purpose and a plan for my life. I was born in Brazil and in a Christian family. Not a perfect family, but a God-fearing family who loved and still loves to serve the Lord no matter where we went or were. I'm from a long generation of Christian families. For example, my parents and grandparents are missionaries to this day. But being born, like my dad said, being born in a Christian family does not save me or make me a believer. I grew up with my parents serving and teaching at church, but going to church also does not make me a believer or a Christian. Because I am a sinner and I need Jesus to save me of my sins. All of us are sinners and have fallen short of the glory of God, Romans 3:23, just as my mom shared, which meaning I am a sinner. Which means I needed God. So I confessed my sins with my parents and prayed with them to give my life to Christ and accepted Jesus into my heart and life when I was about 4 years old. With both of my parents at my house, at home, down in Brazil. I'm still not perfect. After God slowly changing my life until who I am today, a few years later, God had a big plan for my life, which was moving to Brazil, from Brazil to here, the United States of America. And that's how I got my favorite verse, and as an example of also my mother, which is Joshua 1:9 as well. And the reason is why, because at the end of the verse, I'll read it for you guys as well. Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid and do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Meaning, so I took that verse to heart, knowing and meaning that wherever I went, I know that God would always be in the future and with me and always going to be there, having amazing plans for my life. But unfortunately, because of document issues, I have a brother and he could not come with us. So here to the United States, so, a couple of long, sad years passed by, which was a big stage of my life of prayer. And praise the Lord, God is so merciful. He accepted, and that prayer became true, and my brother came to America, and his documentations was accepted. Praise the Lord. That's just one of many prayers God has answered in my life. He has been really merciful. And praise the Lord, we are all together again today, till this day. He also gave me lots of talents to use me for his will, which some of them being playing instruments and worshiping and serving him in the music ministry, which I love. As well as sports, being a good example to my fellow players. I love that. And anyway, lots of years of conscience, of growing, lots of trials, tests, and hard moments God put in my life to test. One story even being when I was here in the United States that definitely God touched my heart was when my dad and I were spreading and sharing the gospel, and this man didn't want to listen and wanted to confront us and came out harassing us with his gun. This was definitely a story and moment I did not like, and I do like to share to this day. Sorry?
We're just listening, actively listening.
Oh, sorry. This was definitely a moment I don't like to share to this day, but I will share it because I know God had a reason, a lesson, and a purpose for my life. And he knew, and he had a purpose while I was there, that guy evangelizing to him and shining and spreading his word. God also put lots of friends in my life, even through online, through texting, and also keeping up with my childhood friends in Brazil. With all sorts of problems, issues, worldly problems and issues I won't get into detail that I thought I'd never be trusted with. And God definitely used me in these moments with them and used me in their lives and gave me wisdom to help me and be a good example to them. And also take their sins and issues as a lesson for my own life, not to do them as well. So everywhere, no matter where I go, now I know that God has a reason and a purpose for my life. Even though we might not like his plans, he always knows best, and his plans are always better. I'm not perfect, and I still have a lot to learn. And I know that God still has a lots of amazing plans for my life, that he will continue using me for his will, but that all that I may do in my life may always be for his honor and glory. That's nice to see.